go guys, there's your first arch done. Now you only have to apply a little bit of glue to each one of these, and I have not sanded mine down yet. What I want to do is do a dry fit of this panel, which is, let me just look, BP5.
Hey all, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're all doing good guys, hope you're all well. Let me take this moment guys, if you're not already subscribed, please remember to smash that subscribe button, give us a big like, we really appreciate it. Today I'm building the Millennium Falcon from Agostini. I do hope you enjoy guys. Let's crack on with the Millennium Falcon.
Okay then guys, so let's crack on looking through this week's issue of the Star Wars Millennium Falcon from Agostini, issue 16. And guys, as you can see, you've got the usual wicked content from what you get from these Star Wars builds. We've got like a little layout there of the Millennium Falcon, a floor plan. And guys, this thing is going to be massive, absolutely huge. Here you've got the parts that we're receiving in this week, and then we crack on and get straight into it guys, assembling the corridor arches. So first of all, it's asking us to fit the floor of the corridor part 2 into the base of 3. So that's these parts here guys. So what we're going to do here is basically, if I turn this the right way around, which is that way, you've got the big piece here guys, basically 1, 2, 3 and up to 4 is assembling the corridor. So you've got like little holes here and holes there. It's just a matter of lining those up, and then we're going to screw them together underneath like that with, let me just look what screws we're using guys, what screws. So yeah, in instruction 2 guys, it's saying there's 6 lugs underneath, which I've just shown you. Now when you screw these in, you do both either side first, and then do the 2 in the middle. So as you can see guys, I'm using the screwdriver. I've got 3 with this build. So if you just line those lugs up, gently screw them in like so, not too tight yet. It says here the floor has 6 lugs underneath that line up with the holes in the base. That's the base obviously guys. Start up, insert and screw at one end, but do not tighten fully yet. So we've done that, and then insert 5 remaining screws and tighten them all. So you just put the one in obviously basically, and then tighten them all up. I don't know why it's telling us to do that, to be fair guys, but follow the instructions, hopefully can't go wrong. But be careful not to over time guys, because you will go through the other side of the plastic like that. And if you wonder why that's already done, because you viewers who are subscribed and watch this build, you know that I had built this before, and then I've debuilt it off camera to bring back to the channel, or to bring to the channel should I say, for you guys to see it being built. It wasn't the whole build. I think I built up to about issue 10, and then decided I wanted to bring it to YouTube and show you the build every step of the way. So instead of debuilding it on camera, all I did is debuilt it guys, and now I'm rebuilding it for you. Now you notice in this pillbox guys, there's big gold screws and little ones. We're obviously using the little ones today, because if you use the big ones, you know what's going to happen. They're going to tear right through the other side. Guys, if you're enjoying this build and you want more, don't forget to subscribe for us, guys. Give us a like. And also comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Right, so let's get this last screw in. I can't wait till this is built. I really can't wait. But yeah, guys, tighten these up as I say. But don't do it over tight on, because you can see what I did the first time round. Fortunately, I don't think you're going to see that when it's all fully built, but it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of them. I think these are nice and tight. Yeah. Let's do these last two. Yeah, I think that's going to be enough. Because we do not want to go through that floor, guys. Yeah, it's going to be enough. That's nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. So that's done up into instruction 4. So if I place that to one side a second, now instruction 4, what it's saying to do is assemble. Basically, we're putting the arches, as you can see here, into the corridor. Now I've just done it a bit backwards there. I've done the corridor now. All I've got to do is do these corridor arches. Now, how you do these, guys? Basically, you've got these 3 arches. What you got to do is, if you've got a sprue cutter, brilliant. If not, don't worry. You can still do it without. So if you cut them off like that, that's what you're left with. But what you might have to do, guys, is sand that side down, just so you ain't got none sticking out. Or if you've got enough nail on you like that, that's enough. You're not going to see that, guys. And then what we do is basically they just attach into the arch like so. I'm not going to push that in yet because I've got to apply a little bit of glue to each one of these. Now this is going to be time consuming, guys, and it might get a bit tedious for you guys watching. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put it on time lapse, and then we'll crack on and get all these fitted to the 3 arches. Go, guys, there's your first arch done. Now you only have to apply a little bit of glue to each one of these, and I have not sanded mine down yet. I might do it in a minute just to spruce it up a little bit, if that makes sense. Just a dab of glue, use a cocktail stick if needed, and that's your result of the first arch. Now what I'm going to do is sand those off there, and then we've got 2 more arches to do. Just a little tip, guys, so you know, each one of these sprues does 1 arch. So as you can see, we've got 2 sprues left, and that's going to be basically doing these 2 arches. What I'll do, I think, guys, is just show you I'm going to sand these down. I do it lightly because you don't want to damage anything. A light brush over just so it looks smoother, like so. And then what I'll do is I'll speed through the other 2 arches and get those all done. A bit messy this bit, guys, but as you can see there's not much really to sand off. It's just down to your own discretion, just so it looks nice and smooth. Don't ask about this, guys. Don't ask. Right, so yeah, that's this one done. Again, a bit messy, but all those are nice and tight in there, all done, and it's pretty effective. There's your first arch, done. So yeah, now let's crack on these other 2 arches. guys, those have taken a fair bit of time, just sanding the last bit off here. Probably talking 20 minutes, 25 minutes to put all these on, to cut them out the sprues and then sand them down. But it's worth it in the end. That's why I did time lapse that, guys, because it would be a bit tedious to put that in a video. So yeah, just make sure all those are nice and smooth, like that. Pretty cool. And then you do have all 3 arches done, like so. Just making sure, guys, that just making sure that there's no rough edges, because you don't want it in there and it looks a bit shoddy. So yeah, that's all good for me. As you see, that bit just dropped off. Mustn't have been dry enough, so get another sneak peek here, guys. This bit's a bit messy, a bit dusty, glue to your fingers like that. It's up to you as well, guys, to wear, if you want to wear a mask or not. But if you want to wear a mask because of the toxic fumes from the glue, go ahead. Let's just sand that last bit there. Safety first and all that, guys. Right, so those are all done. So we'll just drop the glue top back on there. Now what it's saying do, in instruction 6, the ends of the arch have dovetails that fit the matching sockets on the floor. So, as you can see here, guys, you've got 3 little dovetail sockets. All this is about really is applying them into those sockets. I'm not sure you need glue. It doesn't say use glue. So I just think they just rest in there, to be fair. So yeah, just put the dove shape sockets into the holes on the floor, like so. Doesn't that look cool, guys? Look at that. Look at that. I love that. So yeah, you've got little pins here. I would have thought that's going to go on the roof. Whatever's going on the top, and then that'll seal those in. Let's just turn the page over. Yeah, press the second arch in, and the third arch, and that's how it looks. I was just looking at that little pin there, it looks off, if that makes sense, as it goes round. But as you can see by the diagram, it is the same on there. You can see the pins, and don't worry, guys, if they're a bit loose, like that, because I would have thought once the top goes on there, that'll be lovely and secure. So that is it up to instruction 8. Now instruction 1, we're extending the frame some more. So we've got that piece just here, and now we're going to put that to the rest of the frame we've already got built. So all I'm doing now, guys, is attaching BF19, which you can see on that frame piece there, and we're attaching that to BF16. So what we'll do is put that into those 2 holes, line it up like that, and then we're going to attach those with 2 of these black screws, which we use to attach the frames. So getting a bit fiddly here now, guys, because there's not a lot of room. Yeah, if you're building this, guys, or you're going to build it, just make sure you've got a lot of space, because it is a very, very big build. So that's nice and tight. I mean, I'm hitting the head on the camera. I'm hitting the Titanic at the top of the desk. That's my fault. I do need to get this studio done. It will be coming soon, guys. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because this isn't going to fit. It is getting massive. So right, that's that frame done. Screws are nice and tight. Move that pillbox out of the way. But guys, look at this. This is huge. Look at the size of it. It's even off camera now. I can't fit it all on one camera. But as you can see here by the diagram, that's how this is supposed to be looking. And what I've got at the minute, you've got the panels on the background, which I've left on. But that is how the framework is supposed to be looking. Now what it wants us to do, a dry fit of this panel which is, let me just have a look, BP5. Yep. So if we turn this baby around, that's why I left these panels on, guys, so I can just put this other panel without having to put them all back on, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to do is just see which way this has got to go. So it's saying position it that way. Right, which way does this go then, guys? It's the other side, isn't it? So yeah, what it wants us to do, guys, is do a dry fit. So that's going to go on there like so. And also at the top you've got the other panel. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? It is very hard to do at the minute, guys, because obviously they're not screwed on. So pieces drop off, etc. And you don't want to put too much pressure on these parts because they might snap the dowdy on the back. So yeah, that's in. Again, guys, I do apologise if it's off camera a lot. It's just how big this thing is. It's absolutely huge. Also, while I'm on here with the Star Wars model, guys, I'm thinking about bringing R2D to the channel. Comment down below if you'd like to see that, guys. Look at that. Look at that, guys. It's huge. What? Guys, that is it for this week's issue. Sorry about the singing there. Right, so let me just turn the page, just make sure you've got no more. Be careful not to apply pressure to any of the assembly. BF19 is not supported. Right, okay. Yeah, that's it, guys. Coming next week, we've got low hull and corridor parts. So we've got more hull to fit and corridor parts. Guys, I do hope you enjoyed this build. If you did and you want more, you know what to do. Do you know what, this is that massive? It's going to cover the mag. Look at that, it's huge. Right, guys, that is it for this week. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Peace.
That is it for this week's Millennium Falcon build, guys. I do hope you're enjoying these videos of the Millennium Falcon build. I'm loving it, and this thing is going to be absolutely massive when it's built, guys. If you're not already, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, share. We'd really appreciate that, guys. Press that bell notification not to miss out on any future videos. And when you do that, guys, it just helps the channel grow and just gets me out there and get the YouTube algorithm going. Really appreciating all the subs I'm getting so far, guys. All the likes, all the comments. Love you, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Come back next week for more Millennium Falcon. See you in the next one. Peace.